So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Boruto, the Next Generation's Boruto Uzumaki. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a similar style box for the SH Figuarts Boruto line, like what we get with the Naruto line. So we do get the window right there in the front of the box. On the top says SH Figuarts, and we do get an image of the Boruto figure. On the bottom, on the window, says Boruto Uzumaki, warning blah 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 blah, Boruto Next Generations, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here is the bottom of the box with a close-up image of the figure's face there, along with the character's name. And then here is the top of the box. And then the one side of it with an image of the Boruto figure. And then the other side does have some more images of the Boruto figure. And then the back of it does show a bunch of cool poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at this character's anime, who is nowhere near as good as his father's yet. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and I think Tamashii Nations did an excellent job when it comes to the detail on this Boruto. The face, I think, looks just like Boruto from Next Generation, so that's definitely cool. Nice clean paint all around the eyes there. Just very nice tiny paint detail all around the eyes. We do get his whiskers on there and everything, so the face, I think, turned out really good. And then the bandana here, I do love that silver paint that they use for the metal plate on the front, but the symbol, the paintwork is a bit sloppy on it, and that's pretty disappointing to me, because all the other Naruto figures that have the symbol on the plate there on the bandana is nice and clean, so I don't know why his is sloppy. And the symbol is sculpted on there as well. And then the hair, beautiful sculpt all throughout it, but there is no shading at all on this figure, which the Naruto line, we don't get any shading at all, which I don't understand, because it would make these figures look so much better on your shelves with all your other Naruto figures, you know what I mean? I don't know why they don't add shading on their figures, but the sculpt of the hair looks really good. I just hate this little piece here. I hate whoever added that when they designed this character. And then the rest of his bandana, nice clean paint where the black meets the yellow there. And then for the torso here, we do get his necklace, which is sculpted on there, and the paint's nice and clean. The shirt looks pretty cool. One thing I do like very much about this figure is the jacket and the lower portion of his shirt, like the midsection, is a very soft, rubbery type plastic, so it really does not hinder his torso articulation much. I really like that Tamashii Nations did that, and I hope that they continue using this type of material for the Naruto figures. But we do get some nice sculpted wrinkles on the shirt and on his jacket as well. The collar looks pretty cool, and the zipper, I think that looks dope. You can see the zipper tab at the bottom, and the paint's pretty clean on the silver there. It's not perfect, but it's decent, you know what I mean? And then the back here, we do get some more sculpted wrinkles and the Uzumaki symbol. Nice clean paint on that. And then the arms, we do get some clean paintwork for the pink stripe on both sides. And then we do get some nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout the sleeves. On the end of the sleeve, I wish they would have covered the wrist joint a little bit more there, because it just sticks out like a sore thumb, you know what I mean? But I guess they did that so it doesn't hinder too much wrist articulation. And then on the back of Boruto, we do get the ninja pouch here. I think it is articulated. No, it's not. It's just connected onto his shirt right there, so it is not articulated. But, I mean, they needed to add like a wash or something on that pouch. It just looks so plain and boring, you know what I mean? But it looks pretty good, you know. And now for his pants, we do get nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout the pants there, and then we do get the ninja pouch right here on his right thigh with the wrappings wrapped around his leg, and then the strap for the pouch. And nice clean paint where the blue meets the white. We do get some sculpted lines all throughout the wrappings there. So I think that turned out pretty cool, and the pouch looks dope as well. And then you can see the seams of his pants on the inside and outside of the leg. The knee joints look alright. They're not the best, and they're not horrible. The lower leg here, I like the way the pants look tucked into the ninja boots or sandals there. And then for the feet, they look alright. Tamashii Nations really doesn't do the best job when it comes to the toes on these figures, but I mean, it looks okay. The sculpt and the paint. The paint's pretty clean. It's just very bland looking, you know what I mean? And then the bottom of them, we do get a little bit of sculpt work. So overall, I think Tamashii Nations did a really good job with this Boruto. Even though I'm not that big of a fan of the anime and the character, I think Tamashii Nations did a dope job with the figure, and I'm more than satisfied with how it turned out. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a decent amount of stuff included with Boruto. So we do get 4 interchangeable faces. We do get this one on the left. It does come on the figure out of the packaging. which is the smirking type face, and we already took a look at it, and like I said, they did do a very nice job with the paint and sculpt on it. So we do get the smirking face there, then we do get the closed eyes smiling face, and they did a great job with this one as well. Very nice detail all throughout it. So we do get that, and then we do get the happy or maybe laughing type face here, and once again, great job with the paint and sculpt all throughout it. And then finally we get my favorite one, which is the angry teeth gritted face, and once again, nice job with the detail all throughout it. I do wish that they did include a basic face like this, but with more like a serious type look. So I do wish they included that, but I do like that we do have 4 different options for displaying purposes. And the way you interchange his faces, I believe it's like Naruto. All you do is just pull down to get the face off. What I do is I pull under the chin and it like pops off, and then you got to get it under his pieces of hair, which I find a bit irritating, and then you just push it up to peg it in, and then there you go, as simple as that. And then what I do is I pull from the chin and it pops right off. So we do get those 4 alternate faces, and then we also get a Rasengan effect, and then we do get 2 kunai. So the Rasengan is probably my favorite accessory we get with Boruto. They just did a beautiful job with this. I love the blue translucent plastic, and the sculpt of it just looks sick, and it is sharp in certain spots, so be a little careful of that. Then we do have a peg hole on the bottom, which you do peg onto one of the hands, which I'll show you shortly, but very cool Rasengan effect here. So we do get that, then we do get the 2 kunai, which are identical, and very nice sculpt and paint all throughout it, and it is very sharp. It just stabbed me before, so be careful with yours. So we do get those, and then we finally get 9 interchangeable hands. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and very nice sculpt all throughout these. There's no paint on them at all. They're just molded in the color of the plastic, and they did a good job with the sculpt on them. You can see the thumbnail sculpted on there and everything. And his hands are a bit difficult to swap out, but they aren't extremely hard to do, but you do have to fight with them just a little bit. So we do get a pair of fists, and then we do get a pair of gripping hands, which are meant for the kunai here. And his hands are softer, rubbery type plastic, so you can pry the fingers open and get the kunai in there. But very nice sculpt all throughout these hands here. So we do get a pair of those. And then we do get some jutsu hands here. And once again, nice sculpt all throughout these. I do wish that they left an opening in one of the hands where the thumb isn't connected to the rest of the fingers, so you could slide the other 2 fingers from the other hand in between the thumb and the other fingers, like how Itachi's jutsu hands were. So we do get a pair of those. And then we do get a pair of open hands here. Once again, nice sculpt all throughout them and on the palm and everything. And then the last hand we get is another open hand with a very large peg on it, which is meant for the Rasengan, because there is a peg on the bottom, so you just peg that in like so. And we do get some nice sculpt work on this hand here. And I would advise, if you want to put this hand on, put the Rasengan on first, because you might risk breaking the peg if you do it without the Rasengan on. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Boruto. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the reviews, shall we? Now, for the height of the 7th Hokage's son, to the top of his head, it looks like he's about 5 inches tall, and to the top of his hair, he's around 5 inches and 1/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to his grandfather, the SH Figuarts Minato, then his teenage father, the Sage Mode Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Gaara, Jiraiya, Rock Lee, and Madara Uchiha. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Itachi Uchiha, the Battle Damage Gohan, the Figma Deadpool, and the Mezco 112 Ascending Knight Batman. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and we get some excellent movement with this Boruto. So we do have 2 joints at the neck, the upper neck joint. You can get Naruto's son to look up a pretty good amount. Does get hindered a little bit by the collar there, and then he does look down a really good amount as well. And then we do get a tiny bit of pivot there, and then it does swivel. The lower neck joint goes forward a tiny bit, doesn't go back any further because it gets hindered by the collar, but with both joints going forward, you can pretty much get them to look all the way down. And then we do get a tiny bit of pivot at the lower neck, and then of course it does swivel a little bit as well, so pretty damn good movement at both the neck joints. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso right under the chest here, and Boruto can crunch forward a really good amount with that torso joint, and then going back it's going to get hindered by his jacket, but if you go any further you're going to see a gap anyway, but he does go back decently with that torso joint. And then we do get pretty good pivot at the torso, as you can see there, and having the shirt and the jacket a soft rubbery type plastic helps out so much when it comes to the articulation. And then we do get some swivel, and my joint is extremely tight when I try to swivel it. Now for the waist here, the waist movement doo-doos all over the torso movement here, so Boruto with the waist can crunch forward a really good amount, as you can see. So with both joints he crunches forward almost 90 degrees, which is excellent. Then going back just at the waist pretty much goes 90 degrees, but you do see a little bit of a gap under there, but excellent back movement there at the waist. And then really nice pivot there as well. That's some beautiful pivot at the waist, and then of course it does swivel. So between both joints, excellent articulation there. Now for the arms here, we do get a nice circular motion out of the arms, so that's definitely good. Then we do have like a floating piece here that kind of hides the joint, and then the arms do go out to the sides a lot more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. They do go up and down, and then we do have the bicep swivel at the shoulder joint there, as you can see. Then we do have single jointed elbows that just make it to 90 degrees. I do wish they bent in a little bit more than that. And then for the ankles, we do have a ball hinge, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, this is where we also get some excellent articulation. So the legs can kick forward a lot more than 90 degrees, and the shirt being a softer rubbery type plastic definitely helps out with the leg being able to move much more forward than if it was like a harder piece of plastic. And then going back pretty much goes back 90 degrees, and let's see if we can Jean-Claude Van Damme it here, and I don't think he can, but it's pretty damn close to 90 degrees, so beautiful leg movement with this figure. Then we get a very nice upper thigh swivel. We do have double jointed knees that bend back almost all the way. Then for the ankles here, they do swivel. They do hinge up a really good amount, same with hinging down, and then we do get an excellent ankle pivot. And then of course we do have a nice toe hinge. So overall, this figure has some of the best articulation Tamashii Nations can add onto a figure, and you're pretty much going to be able to get him into any type of ninja and Boruto like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Boruto Uzumaki. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an even 9. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, and he does have this in stock right now, so you can check on Agelessgeeks.com, or you can go through their Instagram or Facebook group. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So we do get a damn it. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at this character's act. Damn it. Now for the height of the son of the 7th Hokage. Kind of mixed up a couple words there. His grandfather, the SH Figuarts Minato, and his a very cool looking Rasengan. What the heck? Rasengan. Oh, damn it.